Tiruchitrambalam. So today we are going to look at one tiruppugaḻ song, which is called Arunagirinathar's first song, muttaittaru. And just before we go into the song, brief background. In another couple of weeks, on August 5, we have attikkiṛai, which is a major festival for Subramanya. And so there are several festivals for Subramanya, and Kandashashti, which comes around Deepavali time. That's very popular, very well known. And in some countries, like Singapore and Malaysia, you would have heard about Thaipusam, which comes in January, February time frame. So there are several festivals that are special for Subramanya, and one of them is the Kritika Nakshatram that comes in the Adi Masam, which this year comes on August 5. So I was looking at this, and we know that Subramanya and Kartika Nakshatram, right? Kritika Nakshatram. That's because Subramanya was raised by the 6 women who are known as in Tamil they are known as Kartikai Peṇgal. In Sanskritam they probably call them as Kritika women or Kartika, whatever. So in that context, the Kritika Nakshatram becomes special for Subramanya. And Adi Masam, which is this period, is the beginning of the Dakshinayana. The Pongal, which comes in January, that is the Uttarayanam, when the sun starts its northern movement. And this month, Adi Masam, is the time when the sun starts its southern movement, Dakshinayana. So the Kritika Nakshatram that comes in the beginning of this month, that is celebrated as a major festival for Subramanya. So that is the background of attikkiṛai. And we have been seeing Thevarum Padigams in our discussion, but Thevarum Padigams are all on praising Shiva. Their period, Sambandar and Tirunavagasar, they were around 580, 600, 620 of the Common Era, which is about 1400 years ago. Arunagirinathaṛ is a Muruga devotee. His period is around 500 years ago, so about 1450, in that range. So to give you an idea, Arunagirinathaṛ's period is about say 900 years after Thiruñāna Sambandar and Tirunavukarasar. Before we go into this verse, we'll just briefly touch upon Arunagirinathaṛ's life. So Arunagirinathaṛ lived somewhere near Tiruvannamalai, and we don't have any clear, authentic life history of Arunagirinathaṛ. There are several versions and variations floating around. There is a traditional account, and there are some research-oriented analysis some people have done looking at the internal reference in Tiruppugaļ verses and trying to figure out who Arunagirinathaṛ was, what family he came from, or whether he was married, whether he had children, all those kind of things they are trying to infer. But in general, all accounts agree on one thing, which is that Arunagirinathaṛ was in his youth, he was not leading any virtuous life. He was after women and in bad ways. So he spent his youth pursuing women and other pleasures of the body. And at some point in time, he comes down with all kinds of diseases. He loses his wealth. He suffers from all kinds of diseases. So nobody wants to take care of him. No women cares for him, and all that kind of stuff happens. So because of these incurable diseases, he feels highly dejected, depressed, and he feels that he shouldn't live anymore. So one day what he does is that he climbs up on one of the gopurams of Tiruvannamalai temple and decides to commit suicide by jumping down from that gopuram. So he climbs up, jumps down, but Subramanya appears there in a form and catches him before he falls on the ground. So Arunagirinathar, he was prevented from committing suicide. He was saved by Muruga. And then he blesses him and tells him that Summa iru sollara means Summa iru sollara. Sol means speaking. So he says basically remain silent. That's the upadesam that Subramanya gives him at that time. And with that, Arunagirinathar goes into deep meditation and is in samadhi state for a long time. After, the traditional account says, after several years, Muruga appears and then tells him to go around and sing his glory. And Arunagirinathar says, "Oh Swami, I don't know how to sing your praise. I am the lowly of the lowest. And how can I sing your praise? I have no idea." So Subramanya gives him the starting phrase. Says, Muttu. Starting with this, you sing. And in Tamil, they will say, Muttu muttaipadu. They will say nicely, right? So basically, he gives him the starting phrase, Muttu. And immediately, Arunagirinathar starts singing in excellent meter a great song called muttaittaru pattit tirunagai. That's what we are going to see today. So, and then Arunagirinathar was told by Subramanya to come to Vayalur, which is another famous Murugan temple in near Tiruchirappalli. So Arunagirinathar after that goes on pilgrimages, goes to various Subramanya temples, all that you can think of, including temples in parts of Sri Lanka, temples in other parts of India. So he goes all over, sings the glory of Subramanya in all those places. So just as we have Thevaram by Sambandar and Tirunavukarasar and Sundarar, who went on pilgrimages to various temples and sang padigams on the Swami of those temples, Arunagirinathar goes around various temples and sings the glory of Subramanya in those temples. But there is a difference in how they sang. Sambandar and Tirunavukarasar and Sundar, they all sang padigams, set of 10 songs. Arunagirinathar was not singing padigams, but he was singing long poems in complex meter. So, Thevaram songs, each verse will be like 4 lines, but 4 short lines. And a padigam will have 10 verses, so it's about 40 lines in a padigam. Arunagirinathar sings tiruppugaḻ, which many of them are long songs, and they are also 4 lines, but each line is very, very long. We will talk about it when we look at the muttaittaru song. And among all the types of verses that we have got in Tamil, the kind of verses that Arunagirinathar sings are the most difficult to compose, and they incorporate many different types of thalams. Again, for those who are musically inclined, when you look at the Arunagirinath's tiruppugaļ verses, you will find that different thalams are mentioned. So it can be a challenging one for the musician to deliver to. So with that background, we can go and look at the muttaittaru verse. But before that, are there any questions or comments you have? Okay. So what we will do, yeah, go ahead. Okay. What we will do is that again, which of you want to repeat the verse as I mentioned them when I read them out in the beginning? Okay, that's fine. Let's do that then. You have the verse file with you, right? Yeah. So what I will do is that so in the beginning of the verse, you will find that I have given 3 lines showing the syllabic pattern of the verse. So for tiruppugaḻ songs, in order for us to be able to say it correctly, say it with the chandam and all that, it's a good practice to say that syllabic pattern aloud several times. So that's what I'm going to do now, and I want you to repeat. Tattattaṉa, tattattaṉa. Tattattaṉa, tattattaṉa. Tattattaṉa, tattattaṉa, taṇadaṉa. So what we have said now is the basic unit that is followed in this particular verse. So we will repeat the whole thing again. Tattattaṉa, tattattaṇa, tattattaṉa, tattattaṇa, 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 taṇadaṉa. Good. So this is the basic sound pattern. So the poetry in this verse is so wonderful in terms of sound impact, is that the rhythm that you see here, right? This is the syllabic pattern. So wherever that it sound comes, that place in the verse, wherever that place is, you have to have one of the consonant sounds. Ik, ich, it, ip. One of the strong consonant should occur there in pure form, without any vowel. And ta, na, etc. These are standing for short syllable. So tattattaṉa, tattattaṇa, in this there is no long vowel like ka, pa, cha, va. None of them will come in this verse, except where at the end of that pattern, the taṇadaṉa, right? In the taṇadaṉa end, you can have a long one, that part. But everywhere else, there is no long vowel in this verse. That's the pattern that he is following for this particular verse. So this song is 4 lines. All tiruppugaḻ songs are 4 lines. Even though if you look at the printout, you will find that the verse goes for about something like 24 lines or something on the written form. But it actually is 4 lines. If you look at the... Go ahead. No. The whole song is 4 lines. And each line has 2 parts, 2 halves, and each half has 3. This pattern is repeating in each of that half. So if you look at the verse printout, the indentation I have given will highlight the lines for you. So in this 4 lines are muttaittaru is beginning of line 1. Pattuttalai is the beginning of 2nd line. Tiruvarum is the beginning of 3rd line. Kurubara is the beginning of 4th line. Okay? Line is very big. And each line has 2 halves in this particular song. So in the muttaittaru song, muttaittaru line, muttaittaru to eṇavōdum is 1 half of that first line. Mukkaṭpara to aḍipēṇap is the 2nd half of first line. Like that every line. So now we will just say the whole verse, phrase by phrase or line by line or whatever we will do, and then we will repeat the whole thing, and then we will go and look at the meaning of this. So muttaittaru pattit tirunagai, attikkiṟai sattic caravaṇa, muttikkoru vittuk kurubara eṇavōdum, mukkaṭpara curudiyiṉ, mukkaṭpara curudiyiṉ. So now we can say mukkaṭpara curudiyiṉ, muṛpaṭṭadu kaṛpit tiruvarum, muppattumu varkkat tamararum aḍipēṇap, muppattumu varkkat tamararum aḍipēṇap. So the point here is that because of the sandhi, some words are joining together, so it's difficult. If I split it, it is muppattu. You can repeat the phrases: muppattu, muvarkkattu, amararum, aḍipēṇap. So when the words join together because of sandhi and to fit the meter, that comes like that: muppattumu varkkat tamararum aḍipēṇap. We will get it, don't worry. Yeah, we will repeat and we will get it later. Next line: pattuttalai, tattak kaṇaidoḍu, oṭraikkiri, mattaip porudoru, பட்டப்பகல், வட்டத்திகிரியில் இரவாக. Yeah, now we can repeat this again. பத்துத்தலை தத்தக் கணைதொடு, oṭraikkiri mattaip porudoru, பட்டப்பகல் வட்டத்திகிரியில் இரவாக. வட்டத்திகிரியில் இரவாக. Yeah, திகிரியில் இரவாக. Next line: பத்தர்க்கு இரதத்தை கடவிய. So if you say this together, it will be பத்தர்க்கிரதத்தை கடவிய, பச்சை புயல் மெச்சத் தகுபொருள், பச்சை புயல் மெச்ச தகு பொருள். So when they come together, பச்சை புயல் மெச்சத் தகு பொருள். பட்சத்தோடு ரட்சித்து அருள்வதும் ஒரு நாளே. So this part, if we say together, it will be பட்சத்தோடு ரட்சித்தருள்வதும் ஒரு நாளே. Yeah, so we have seen half the song. Now we are moving to the second song, the second part. தித்தித்தைய ஒத்த பரிபுர நிறுத்தப்பதம் வைத்து பைரவி திக்கொட்க நடிக்க கழுகோடு கழுது ஆட. So this is how the each phrase is. So we will repeat this thing. தித்தித்தைய ஒத்த பரிபுர நிறுத்தப்பதம் வைத்து பைரவி திக்கொட்க நடிக்க கழுகொடு கழுதாட. கழுகொடு கழுதாட. திக்குப்பரி அட்டப்பைரவர் தொக்கு தொகு தொக்கு தொகு தொகு சித்திரப்பௌரிக்கு திரிகடக eṇavōத. So now we will repeat this again. திக்குப்பரி அட்டப்பைரவர் தொக்கு தொகு தொக்கு தொகு தொகு சித்திரப்பௌரிக்கு திரிகடக eṇavōத. Now we are moving to the fourth line. கொத்துப்பறை கொட்ட களமிசை குக்கு குகு குக்கு குகு குகு குத்திப்புதை புக்கு பிடியன முதுகூகை. So we will repeat this. கொத்துப்பறை கொட்ட களமிசை குக்கு குகு குக்கு குகு குகு குத்திப்புதை புக்கு பிடியன முதுகூகை. கொட்புற்றெழ நட்பற்றவுணரை வெட்டிப்பலி இட்டு குலகிரி குத்துப்பட ஒத்துப்பொறவல பெருமாளே. கொட்புற்றெழ நட்பற்றவுணரை no, don't look at it, just listen to me, okay? கொட்புற்றெழ, repeat, நட்பற்றவுணரை. நட்பற்று, so கொட்புற்றெழ நட்பற்ற அவுணரை is how it comes, but we will get it as you hear it more and more. வெட்டிப்பலி இட்டு குலகிரி குத்துப்பட ஒத்து பொறவல பெருமாளே. Okay, so we have managed to say the whole verse. So how has been this experience? Yeah. So the basic unit, the syllabic pattern that we saw in the top, that is a basic pattern that repeats in this verse. So in this particular song, that basic syllabic pattern repeats 8 times. In some songs, the basic syllabic pattern will repeat 16 times. Then you can imagine there will be longer songs. And in tiruppugaḻ, Arunagirinathaar takes different syllabic patterns. In this particular song, he has taken this syllabic pattern, but in a different tiruppugaḻ song, he will be taking up a different syllabic pattern. And because of the syllabic pattern that he is adopting, the songs will have different thalams, and they will have different sound effects. Some will be having a lot of strong consonants, some will be having a lot of soft consonants, Some will not have any consonant, hard consonant. They will just flow without any consonant in between. When I say without consonant, when I say consonant, I mean a pure consonant without any vowel attached to it. Like the stop, right? Tat. That it is a stop. Whereas taṇa is without a stop. So there are songs which have stops with hard, strong consonants, songs with stops of soft consonants, songs without any stops. So all kinds of permutations and combinations you will find in tiruppugaḻ. Okay. So in this, another signature of tiruppugaḻ songs, you will find that the last one, he addresses the Muruga as Perumaale. Okay, the last word in this song is Perumaale. If you know, certainly in the Tamil speaking part, I don't know whether it is the same in Telugu or Kannada areas too. Perumal is the term that is used for Vishnu. And Peruman is the word that is used for Shiva. And Arunagirinathar in his Tiruppugaļ is addressing Murugan, but he addresses him as Perumaale, which is the term that is used by the Vaishnavas to address Vishnu. That's a very interesting point that we have to remember. And most Tiruppugaļ songs the syllabic pattern will end with taṇadaṉa as the last one. If you look at the pattern which says tattattaṉa taṇadaṉa tattattaṉa tattattaṇadaṉa tattattaṉa tattattaṇadaṉa tattattaṉa tattattaṇadaṉa taṇadāṉa. So you see that tattattaṉa tattattaṇadaṉa is one part that repeats 3 times followed by a taṇadāṉa. And this whole set repeats 8 times in this verse. And taṇadāṉa is usually, that's where the singer will pause. So that's to adjust for thalam and adjust for singing ability, singing. So the taṇadāṉa is very special in Tiruppugaļ, that denotes the end of a basic pattern unit. There are some Tiruppugaļ songs where a different ending pattern is used, like taṇadaṉa, but they are exceptions. Common is taṇadaṉa. So with that background in basic Tiruppugaļ, let us go look at the verse. So the first phrase is muttaittaru pattit tirunagai attikkiṛai sattic caravaṇa. So muttaittaru means, so the first opening phrase, right? Muttaittaru pattit tirunagai atti. This whole phrase refers to Devayana in Tamil, or called Devasena in Sanskritam. In Tamil, she is referred to as Devayana. And this particular song is going to refer to different stories. Some stories come in Skanda Puranam. Some stories come in Ramayanam. Some stories come in Mahabharatam. We will see them as we go through the verse. So the first phrase is muttaittaru pattit tirunagai atti. That means Devayane. Atti is Hasti, elephant. So here it stands for Devayane, one of the 2 consorts of Subramanya. Again, these are all traditions and mythological stories. They will have variations across India. As we know, Kartikeya is shown as a bachelor in the northern part of India, whereas in the southern part of India he is shown with 2 wives. And since Tiruppugaļ is part of the southern tradition, he will be described with 2 wives. And Devasena, as they call it in Sanskritam, but in Tamil, Devayane, she is one of the 2 wives, and she is called Devayane, means celestial elephant. Yana is elephant, Devam is Devata. So she is known as celestial elephant. And that is because Devayane was raised as a daughter of Indra and raised by Airavatam, his elephant. Because, the whole thing, you have to look at a lot of Puranic stories to understand the relationships and context. That the whole Skanda Puranam, the basic reason or the basic cause for Subramanya to be born is to remove Surapadma and his clan. And this Surapadma was a very powerful Asura who ruled the 1008 worlds for 108 yugas. That's how the Puranas describe him. So he was a very powerful Asura, and he had taken over the Devalokam, and Indra was in hiding. All the Navagrahas and others were doing his bidding of Surapadma. So there's a lot of what you can call Puranic stories. So why, and I was thinking about that, why Devayane was raised by Airavatam and not Indra directly. And that's one of the reasons we can infer. Because Indra had to go hide from these Asuras. So Airavatam was taking care of the daughter. So she is often referred to in tiruppugaḻ as the divine elephant, celestial elephant. That's how she is referred, implying that she was raised by an elephant. So that is Atti. Here the Atti refers to Devayane. And the phrase before that, muttaittaru pattit tirunagai Atti. Yes, Arunagirinatha is describing the beautiful teeth of Devayane. Muttaittaru means pearl-like. Patti tirunagai. Patti means row. Tirunagai is nice teeth. So Devayane has a rows of beautiful white teeth that are like pearls. That's the meaning of that. Muttaittaru patti tirunagai Atti. Then he says, that Atti, attikkiṟai. So to that, Irai means husband here. So attikkiṟai means you are the husband of that Devayane. So the muttaittaru patti tirunagai attikkiṟai means you are the husband of Devayane who has nice rows of teeth that are like pearls. That is that phrase. Muttaittaru patti tirunagai attikkiṟai. Then sattic caravaṇa. Sati is the Shakti Ayudam. Subramanya has a Ayudam, weapon called the Shakti Ayudam. And again, this weapon is something that Shiva gives to Subramanya when Subramanya goes to fight Surapadma. Shiva gives Subramanya a variety of weapons, and one of the most powerful weapons is called Shakti Ayudam. That is the reason for the word Shakti here. And Shakti in Sanskritam, when it comes in Tamil, usually comes as Sati. The ik will become it to adapt to the Tamil form. Sharavanā. Sharavanā is again, that is a name for Subramanya. And again, you have to go back to the Skanda Puranam story to understand why he has got the name Sharavanā. We know that when Devas wanted Shiva to give them a son, 6 sparks came from his 6 eyes. The third eye from his 6 faces. 6 sparks came. And Agni and Vayu carried it and gave it to Ganga. And Ganga brought those 6 sparks to the Sharavana lake. Sharam is Darba. Vana is forest. So basically, Darba jungle. That's how that lake is known. So that lake is known as Saravana Poigai in Tamil. Means that's a pond or that's a lake where Darba grass was growing in plenty. And so, Saravana Bhava is one of the names of Subramanya, and he is also known as Saravana. So, Sattic Saravana means Subramanya was raised in the Saravana lake, who holds a Shakti Ayudham. And then, muttikoru vittuk kurubara eṇavōdum mukkaṭparamarkku curudiyiṉ muṛpaṭṭadu kaṛpit. So what this part is referring to is a story of Shiva getting upadesam of the pranava mantram from Subramanya. Again, this is a story that you have to read more in Skanda Puranam. Once Brahma comes to worship Shiva in Kailasam, and Subramanya was young at that time, so he was playing outside with other kids. So Brahma goes inside, worships Shiva, and comes out without bothering to pay respects properly to Subramanya who was playing there. So Subramanya really decides that he has to put an end to the arrogance of Brahma. So Subramanya calls Brahma, who was walking by, and Brahma says, "Hello, namaskaram." And then Subramanya says, "Who are you? What are you doing?" Then he says, "No, I'm Brahma. I'm taking care of this srishti of this entire universe. I'm the creator, blah, blah, blah." He says all that. Then he says, Brahma says, I am master of all Vedas and all that. So he says, okay, can you recite something from the Vedas? So Brahma starts saying Om, and then starts saying the first verse from Veda. When we start chanting Veda, we always start with Pranavam. And as soon as he said that, Subramanya stopped him. He said, good, you said Om. What does Om mean? Can you explain it to me? And Brahma, at that time, even though he knows a lot of things, his arrogance blinded him, so he couldn't give proper explanation of Om. And Subramanya says, you don't even know the meaning of this, and you are doing the creation. You are not fit to do the creation. So he puts Brahma in jail, and Subramanya starts doing creation himself. Other devas learn about this, and they go and pray to Shiva. Please have Brahma released. So Shiva comes and tells Subramanya, you should release Brahma so that he can do his job. Because father is telling him, Subramanya releases Brahma, and then Shiva asks Subramanya, can you asked him about the meaning of Pranavam. Do you know the meaning of Pranavam? Subramanya says, yeah, I do. So can you tell me? He says, if you ask like a disciple, as a guru, I will teach you. And of course, Shiva was very happy to play the role of a student. So Shiva picks up Subramanya, puts him on his lap, and bends down and then listens to him as a disciple will do. And Subramanya gives upadesam of the pranava mantram to Shiva. Shiva was happy. So this is the episode, and this episode is associated with the Swami Mali temple near Kumbakonam. That's where this episode is associated with. That's where it happened. So Swaminathan is the name of Subramanya. Swami is Shiva. Swaminathan is Subramanya because he is the guru for Shiva. That is the context. So Arunagirinatha is explaining or referring to this event in this phrase. Muttikoru vittuk kurubara eṇavōdum mukkaṭparamarkku curudiyiṉ muṛpaṭṭadu kaṛpit. So that is what he is referring to in the song. we will look at the words and then you will find out the association. So, mukkaṭparaman. Paraman is Shiva. Mukkan Paraman. Mukkan means Trinetram. Kan is Netram. Mu is three. Mukkan is Trinetram. Paraman is the Paraman who has three eyes. So, Mukkaṭparamarku to Shiva who has three eyes. How did that Shiva do? What did the Shiva do? Shiva was praising Subramanya. How did Shiva praise Subramanya? Shiva was saying, Muttikku oru vittu kurubara eṇavōdum mukkaṭparaman. So Shiva was praising Subramanya as Muttikku oru vittu. Mutti means mukti, liberation. Vittu means seed or the root cause that gives rise to. So Muttikku oru vittu means, O Subramanya, you are the sole path to liberation. Muttikku oru vittu kurubara. O Guruparane. O great master. Guru we know, Para we know. Para is the ultimate. So Gurupara is the ultimate Guru. So, O ultimate Guru, you are the sole path to liberation. Thus, Shiva praised Subramanya. eṇavōdum. So, Shiva was saying this. Thus saying, Shiva praised Subramanya, and to that Shiva, Mukkaṭparamarku, to that Shiva, curudiyiṉ muṛpaṭṭadu. Surudi is Shruti. Shruti is Veda. Curudiyiṉ muṛpaṭṭadu, the one that preceded the Vedas. Munnadi, muṛpaṭṭadu means that precedes. In terms of eminence, in terms of time, in terms of temporal sequence, in terms of position, whatever. Muṛpaṭṭadu is before that. So the Pranava mantram, which is preceding the Vedas. Curudiyiṉ muṛpaṭṭadu means the mantram that is preceding the Vedas, which implies Pranavam, Om. Kaṛpit, you taught. Kaṛpit means teaching. So, to the three-eyed Shiva, who was praising you as, O ultimate Guru, you are the path to salvation. Please give me Upadesam. And then to him, you taught the Pranava mantram, which is preceding even the Vedas. So that is that phrase. So I have been talking for a long time. Let me take a pause and ask you if you have any comments or questions. No? Okay. Should I continue? Okay. Then he says, tiruvarum muppattumu varkkat amararum aḍipēṇap. That is the next phrase. Tiruvarum means the two. So he already talked about Shiva. Tiruvarum means the remaining two of the three Murtis, Brahma and Vishnu. So Brahma and Vishnu, that is referred by the tiruvarum. And muppattumu varkkat amararum. Muppattumu varkam. Yeah, go ahead. Correct. So 33 classes. Vargam is class. 33 classes of Devas. So, not only Shiva is praising you as the Gurupara, Brahma, Vishnu and the 33 classes of Devas, they are all worshipping your holy feet. aḍipēṇap. They are all worshipping your holy feet. And they are worshipping his holy feet because he is the one who is the savior, who's removed the Surapadma and released the Devas and Brahma, Vishnu from the suffering that they were having at the hands of Surapadma. So all of them are worshipping the holy feet of Subramanya. Muppattumu varkkat amararum aḍipēṇap. Amarar, Devas. Aḍipēṇap. Adi means feet. Pēṇa means to worship. Aḍipēṇap is to worship. So muppattumu varkkat amararum aḍipēṇap. So we have seen the line 1 of the song. So Rama, do you want to repeat this first line? All the phrases? Yeah, go ahead. Very good, very good. So you see that in this one line, how many things he has included? He has talked about the Devayani, he has talked about Shiva getting Pranava Upadesam from Subramanya, he has talked about Brahma, Vishnu and other Devas worshipping him. So he has talked about all these things in this one line. Now we are going to go to the second line. In this he is referring to Ramayana and he is referring to Mahabharata. Pattuttalai tattak kaṇaidoḍu. That phrase refers to Ramayana, where Rama cut off the 10 heads of Ravana. So pattuttalai means 10 heads. Patt is 10, talai is head. 10 heads, tatta, to fall off, to cut off, right? To roll away. Kaṇaidoḍu. Kaṇai is astram. Thodu means to shoot. So Vishnu, who in the Ramavataram shot arrows to cut off the 10 heads of Ravana. That's what that phrase refers to. So he's saying, in the end of second line, he says, Vishnu praises you. Okay, and who is that Vishnu? Is describing 2 episodes of Vishnu's avatarams. Vishnu who came as Rama and cut off the 10 heads of Ravana, and Vishnu who drove the chariot for Arjuna in Mahabharata. So that Vishnu is praising you. So that's what he's coming to say in the second line. And he is also including the Samudra Mathanam, the churning of the Milky Ocean. He is referring to that in that also. Oṭraikkiri mattaip porudoru. Oṭraikkiri means incomparable mountain. Kiri is here Giri. When the Devas and Asuras were churning the Milky Ocean so that they can all get Amritam, they used the huge mountain as the churning staff, and to churn the ocean, to move the churning staff, they needed a big rope, and they used the Vasuki snake as the big rope, and the Devas were standing on one side, Asuras were standing on the other side, and they wrapped around the snake around the mountain, and they were churning the Milky Ocean. At that time, the mountain started sinking into the ocean. And then Vishnu came as the turtle form and supported the mountain and prevented it from sinking. And thus, Vishnu played a very important role in the churning of the Milky Ocean. That's what he is referring to. Oṭraikkiri mattaip porudoru means helping the churning of the Milky Ocean using the big mountain. Mattu means the churning staff, right? When you have yogurt or curd, and then you need to take the butter out from that. All the traditional way is to put it in a pot and put a churning staff in that, churning stick a churning stick into that, and then using a rope, you start turning it, and the curd will get agitated and the butter will separate. That's how you get butter traditionally. So that's what he's referring to here. Oṭraikkiri, using that one mountain, unique mountain, big mountain, incomparable mountain, as the churning staff. Mattai. Mattu is churning staff. As that mattu. Porudu means to attach and to churn the ocean. So you helped churning the Milky Ocean using the mountain as the churning staff. That is the second reference to Vishnu's avatars. And the third reference is ஒரு பட்டப்பகல் வட்டத்திகிரியில் இரவாக பத்தர்க்கு இரதத்தை கடவிய. That is the third phrase. This refers to Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, when Krishna helps Pandavas, when both Duryodhana and Arjuna, they both sides come to him for seeking Krishna's assistance, and Krishna was sleeping. They come and they were waiting, and when he wakes up, he looks at the Pandava side, and then he looks at Duryodhana, and then so Duryodhana wants the army. He gives him the army, and he becomes a non-fighting partner of Pandavas. So in the Mahabharata war, he doesn't fight, but he helps the Pandavas. So he becomes a charioteer for Arjuna. And in the Mahabharata war, you would have read about Abhimanyu's killing. And if you don't remember, I will give a brief summary, but later on you can go read Mahabharata for more details. So in one of those days, the war goes on for 18 days. So on one of those days, Arjuna and others were fighting some other parts of the battle, and there is a great vyuham. I think it is Chakra vyuham that the Kaurava army has set up, and the Pandava army doesn't know how to break into that, and they all go to Abhimanyu, who is the son of Arjuna, who was young. He was a teenager probably, and he knows how to break the Chakra vyuham. So they all go to him and say, hey, only you can break this Chakra vyuham so that we can go and destroy the Kauravas. So come, help. So Abhimanyu says, I know how to break the Chakra vyuham and enter. But if the vyuham closes behind me, I don't know how to break it and come out. Then all the Pandava generals, they tell him that, don't worry. You break the vyuham and go in. We will all be immediately closely following you so that we won't let the vyuham close behind you so that it will trap you. We will make sure that doesn't happen. So they all go. Abhimanyu breaks the vyuham, enters it. The other Pandava generals, they try to closely follow him and prevent the vyuham from closing behind. But the Kaurava army generals are smart, so they somehow manage to close the vyuham again. So the Pandava army gets stuck outside the vyuham. Abhimanyu gets stuck inside the vyuham. And many people are fighting with Abhimanyu. He is a great fighter. But in the end, they kill him. Abhimanyu is killed. And in the evening, as you know that the fighting in Indian traditional wars, the fighting starts formally in the day, sometime in the morning. Let's say they blow the conch and then they start the war. And when the sun sets, war ends for the day. So all the battles will stop for the day at sunset. And then both sides will go back to their camps, rest, recover, and then come back and fight the next day. So that is a tradition, that is a convention that is followed in Indian wars in those days. So Arjuna comes back in the evening and he learns that his son Abhimanyu has been killed, and Jayadratha was instrumental in causing this death. So as a father, he grieves a lot. And he makes a terrible vow. He says that before tomorrow's sunset, I will kill Jayadratha. And if I don't kill Jayadratha by tomorrow's sunset, I will kill myself. He makes a vow. And both sides have spies on the other camps. So they know what's going on. So through their spies, Kauravas learned that this is the vow that Arjuna has made. So Jayadratha is very worried because he knows that Arjuna can kill him. He is a great warrior, but still, now that in this kind of situation, the risk is high. So he says, let me go away from this battle, let me go back. Duryodhana says, don't worry, we will make it very extremely strong protection for you. Nothing will happen to you. Be here. So they put extra protection for Jayadratha. And next day, the battle starts. Arjuna is trying to find out where Jayadratha is so that he can go fight with him and kill him. So the fighting goes on and on and on. Kauravas puts all their forces behind to protecting Jayadratha. So Arjuna is not able to go anywhere near Jayadratha for a long time. So the sun is about to set. You can see that, maybe it's another few minutes. So suddenly the sun sets and everybody is happy on the Kaurava side because Arjuna has failed in his vow. Jayadratha is saved. Now Arjuna, because he has made a vow, he is going to kill himself. So it's an easy victory for us. We never thought that we could get rid of Arjuna so easily. So they are all elated. And Jayadratha is also very happy because sun has set. So he comes out from his safe hiding, comes out and then stands on something and tries to look at the western horizon maybe to say his thanks or whatever, right? To Surya for having set. So he stands up on that, he stands up and looks at the western horizon. At that time, Krishna says, Arjuna, see there, Jayadratha is standing there. Take up your bow and shoot an arrow. Kill him. Arjuna says, hey, it's already sunset. How can I kill him? He says, no, sun has not yet set. Look. Then suddenly he can see the sun. Still, maybe half the sun is still visible. So Arjuna is very happy. He shoots the arrow, chops off Jayadratha's head. Of course, the story is much more beyond this. The rest you can see what happens to Jayadratha's head and how Arjuna makes it go to Jayadratha's father's lap and all that. The rest you can see in Mahabharatam. But what happened here, Krishna says, Krishna sent out his Chakravidam and masked the sun like a Grahanam, right? When moon comes and blocks the sun like a Grahanam, Krishna had sent his Chakravidam to block the sun. And the whole world, certainly in the battlefield, in the Kauravas and the Pandavas and everybody in the battlefield, thinks that the sun has set. But in reality, sun was not yet set. Sun was still setting. There was still sun visible, but it was blocked by Chakram. That nobody knew. So when Krishna caused the Chakram to move away, the sun became visible again. And Arjuna realized that it is not yet sunset. So he was able to kill Jayadratha. So this episode is referring to in this place in the verse. Oṭraikkiri, ஒரு பட்டப்பகல் வட்டத்திகிரில் இரவு ஆக. இரவு means night, பகல் means day. ஒரு பட்டப்பகல் means a bright day. வட்டத்திகிரியில், வட்ட means circular, tigri means chakram. With the circular Chakravidam, Krishna made a bright day into night. And that Krishna, what did he do? பத்தர்க்கு இரதத்தை கடவிய பச்சை புயல். பத்தர்க்கு means to the devotee. Here it means Arjuna, who is devoted to Krishna. இரதத்தை கடவிய. Ratham in Tamil, when it comes, Tamil gets changed to Iradam to follow Tamil convention. So பத்தர்க்கு இரதத்தை கடவிய means Vishnu, who drove the chariot for his devotee Arjuna. Pachai Puyal. Pachai Puyal. Puyal means cloud. Pachai Puyal, here it means Pachai normally in Tamil means green, but in literature it also means dark. So Pachai Puyal means dark cloud. So he is referring to Vishnu as the dark cloud, meaning Vishnu who has color of a dark cloud, who drove the chariot for Arjuna and who with his circular chakravidam made a bright day into night. That Vishnu, so he is referring to three episodes of Vishnu. One was the Ramavataram, chopping off the 10 heads of Ravana. Second was the Kurmavataram, where he comes as a turtle and holds the mountain in churning the Milky Ocean. And the third one he is referring to is when he comes as Krishna, drove the chariot for Arjuna and caused a day into night with his chakravidam. That Vishnu, muttaittaru porul. You are praised by that Vishnu as the one worthy of praise. So that Vishnu is praising you. O Subramanya, Pakshattodu Rakshittu Arulvadum oru nale. These are all Sanskrit words. Paksham, Rakshit. Paksham is with love. Rakshit means to protect. Arulvadu, to bestow your grace. Oru nale, when will that day come? So, O Subramanya, when will that day come when you will bestow your grace on me and protect me with love? That is a request. So in this song, every song, Arunagirinatha will have a request usually. And in this song, the request is, O Subramanya, please bestow your grace on me and lovingly protect me. That is his request. And the rest is all Subramania's praise. So we have covered the second line now. So Rama, do you want to say the second line? Pattuttalai to oru nale. Good. Yeah, with practice you will be able to get it. Pattuttalai tattak kaṇaidoḍu oṭraikkiri mattaip porudoru pattapagal vattattikkiṛiyil iravaga pattarkira dattai kadaviya pachai puyal mechattagu porul pakshattodu rakshittarulvadum oru nale. Okay, so we have seen half the song. The rest of the song is easy because we don't have that many stories. If you want, if you can stay for another 15 minutes, we can finish this verse. What do you say? Do you have time? Or do you want to continue next week? Yeah. Okay, we will do that. Yeah. Moti, you are okay? Yeah, okay. Okay. So the next phrase is talking about the battle scene. Subramanya is fighting the Asuras and major battles take place. Again, all the details you can read in Skanda Puranam. And when that battle takes place, the gods are all dancing. So the Bhairavi is dancing, the Bhairavas are dancing, the eagles and the goblins, they are all dancing, they are all happy. Because some are happy because the major war is going on, so they are happy. Some are happy because they are going to get good food. So he is describing the battle scene in which Subramanya fights the Asura army. So that's the second half of this song. தித்தித்தைய ஒத்த பரிபுர நிறுத்த பதம் வைத்து பைரவி திக்கொட்க நடிக்க கழுகோடு கழுதாட. So what this says is, when the battle scene is happening, this is describing the dance of Bhairavi and the eagles and the pay in Tamil. Kaழுdu is pay. I don't know what pay is called in. There's no exact equivalent in English, right? The demon is not the right word. Goblin maybe. Devil not necessarily the right word. But this is the unique Indian mythological concept. So pay means the class of beings that eat dead bodies. So the Bhairavi, right? She is dancing. How is Bhairavi dancing? Tik kotka nadika. Tik is dik, the directions, 8 directions. Kotka means to revolve. So Bhairavi is dancing, and because Bhairavi is dancing in such a way that the 8 directions also revolve around her. That's how he is describing her dance. And how is the Bhairavi? She is dancing to the beat. Tittitaya. You know, when you have dance, they do the jatis, right? Tom, team, tam. Like that, the beat for the dance is what is describing. Tittitaya. So, the dance beats. Tittitaya. According to the dance beats, Tittitaya, Paribura Nirta Padam Vaittu. Padam is Padam, feet. Nirta Padam means dancing feet. Nirta in Sanskritam, that comes as Nirta in Tamil. Nirta Padam means dancing feet. Paripuram. Paripura is anklet. So, with an anklet having dancing feet, Bhairavi is dancing aligned with the beats of Tittitaya, and when she is dancing in such a way, even the directions revolve around her. And what else is happening? The eagles, the vultures and the goblins are also dancing. The vulture, Kaluga is a vulture. It's a general word. It can mean eagle, it can mean vulture. They are all of the same class. And vultures, we know, they eat dead animals. Anything that is lying dead, they come and eat. Kaluga is the goblins or the pay in Tamil. And they are also a class of beings that eat dead bodies. So, the Bhairavi is dancing and the vultures are dancing and the goblins are dancing. And the next part, Tikkupari atta pairavar tokku togu chitra paurikku trigadaga eṇavōdum. So, Chitra Pauri is a type of dance. The Chitra Pauri dances, Pauri is the dance in which they dance in a circle. Chitra Pauri means beautiful dance. Chitram is beautiful, Sanskritam word. Pauri is the dance name. So, the Ashta Bhairavas, Atta Pairavar is Ashta Bhairavas, the 8 Bhairavas. What do they do? Tikkupari Atta Pairavar. The Ashta Bhairavas protect the 8 directions. Pari means protect. So the Ashta Bhairavas who are protecting the 8 directions, what are they doing? For this beautiful dance, they are all doing the jati. They are all saying the beat. Tokku togu trigadaga. They are saying these kind of beats for the dance that Bhairavi and others are dancing. So that is the third line. Tittitaya otta paribara nirtha padam vaittu Bhairavi tikkotka nadikka kalugodu kaludada. Tikkupari atta pairavar tokku togu chitra paurikku trigadaga eṇavōdum. So the second half of third line is talking about Ashta Bhairavas singing the beats for the dance. And the first half of the third line talks about Bhairavi, the vultures, the goblins, they are all dancing. Now, the fourth line, Kottuparai kotta. Parai is the drums. Kottuparai means the bunch of drums, cluster of drums. So when in the battle, they will have various kinds of drums that they will beat to provide the mood for the fighters to go and fight. So the Kottuparai kotta means the various kinds of drums are beating. Kalamisai, in the battlefield, the eagle owls. There is a class of, he is talking of vultures before. Now he is talking of eagle owls. Eagle owl is another kind of owl that flies like an eagle, that feeds on flesh of the dead animals and other things. So those eagle owls, they are also happy. Kukku. This is the kind of sounds that owls make. Is mimicking that sound. Kukku. Kutti pudai. Pukku pidi ena mudukugai. The old owls. Mudukugai is old eagle owls. They are making noises. What kind of noises they are making? They are making kukku kind of noise. And they are also shouting, right? They are if there's a fight going on, like a football match, right? When the football match is going on, the teams, the supporters on the side are shouting encouragement, right? Go, do it, hit a 6, hit a 4, whatever, right? In the cricket or football, right? Depending on the game, you shout accordingly. Like that, the old eagle owls are shouting words of encouragement to these warriors. Kutti pada. Pukku pidi means kutti pada means hit him, punch him, cut him, chop him off, grab him. Like that they are shouting from the side. So that's what the eagle owls are shouting. Kutti pudai pukku pidi ena mudukugai. And what are they doing? Kotputru yada. So these eagle owls, they are circling and rising up in the air. You know how eagles do, right? The eagles and those kind of birds, they catch hold of the currents and then they fly in a circular fashion without beating their wings. They will just keep their wings spread out and they will just ride the currents. Like that, they rise up, circling above. Kotputru yada means circling and they rise. And all these are happening in the battle scene. And what is Subramanya doing? Natpatra avunarai vetti bali ittu kulagiri kuttupada ottu poravala perumale. So he is describing what Subramanya is doing. Subramanya with this, all these things happening and Subramanya and his army are doing Natpu atra avunarai, the asuras who are unfriendly. Natpu means friendship. Natpu atra means without friendship. The asuras who have no friendship for Subramanya. So Subramanya cuts off all of them. Vetti paliyettu means he cuts and kills them. Kulagiri kuttupada. There is a mountain. Kulagiri here refers to Krauncha mountain. There is a Kraunchagiri which is on the side of the asuras, which is an asura in the form of a mountain, and it has a lot of magical powers. And during the battles, a lot of Deva army, Veerabahu and a lot of the Deva armies got entrapped into the Krauncha mountain. And Subramanya throws his veil and breaks the mountain and releases the Deva army. So that's what he is referring to here. Kulagiri kuttupada means you hit the mountain. And poravala perumale. Poravala means you are capable of fighting. Perumale, O Muruga, Swami. So the second half of this song describes Subramanya battling the asuras, killing the asuras, breaking the Krauncha mountain. And when these battle scenes were going on, the Bhairavi was dancing, the Bhairavas were chanting, singing the beats for the dance, the vultures were dancing, the goblins were dancing, and the other birds of prey that eat the dead flesh, they are all flying around shouting words of encouragement, kill him, cut him, chop him, and all that. So this is how the battle scene is described. So that is the full song. So if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, we can talk now. Yeah. So this is the first song that Arunagirinatha sang after he was, asked by Muruga to sing. So this has a lot of his divine grace in it. You cannot imagine, in a song to imagine how many, see how many things he's brought into this song. He has brought Kurma Avataram, he has brought Rama Avataram, he has brought Krishna Avataram into the song. And he has talked about Shiva listening to Subramanya with Pranava Upatesam. He's got, and then very graphic description of the battle scene. So it's an amazing song. So any other questions, comments? Otherwise we can listen to the song, audio of this song. It'll take 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, let's go to the audio now.
muttaittaru pattit tirunagai attikkiṟai sattic caravaṇa muttikkoru vittuk kurubara eṇavōdum muttaittaru pattit tirunagai attikkiṛai sattic caravaṇa muttikkoru vittuk kurubara eṇavōdum mukkaṭpara maṟkuc curudiyiṉ muppatṭadu kaṛpit tiruvarum muppattumu varkkat tamararum aḍipēṇap mukkaṭpara maṟkuc curudiyiṉ muppatṭadu kaṛpit tiruvarum muppattumu varkkat tamararum aḍipēṇap pattuttalai tattak kaṇaidoḍu oṭraikkiri mattaip porudoru pattappagal attikkiṟai இரவாக pattuttalai tattak kaṇaidoḍu oṭraikkiri mattaip porudoru pattappagal attikkiṟai இரவாக பத்தற்கிறதத்தை கடவிய பச்சை புயல் மெச்ச தகுபொருள் பட்சத்தொடு ரட்சி தருவதும் ஒரு நாளே பத்தற்கிறதத்தை கடவிய பச்சை புயல் மெச்ச தகுபொருள் பட்சத்தொடு ரட்சி தருவதும் ஒரு நாளே தித்தித்தைய ஒத்த பரிபுர நிறுத்த பரம் வைத்து வைரவிதி கொட்ட நடிக்க கழுகொடு கழுதாட தித்தித்தைய ஒத்த பரிபுர நிறுத்த பணம் வைத்து வைரவிதி கொட்ட நடிக்க கழுகொடு கழுதாட திக்கு பரி அட்ட பைரவர் தொக்கு தொகு தொக்கு தொகு தொகு சித்திர பௌரிக்கு திகடக என ஓத திக்கு பரி அட்ட பைரவர் தொக்கு தொகு தொக்கு தொகு தொகு சித்திர பௌரிக்கு திகடக என ஓத கொட்டு பறை கொட்ட களமிசி குக்கு குகு குக்கு குகு குகு குத்தி புதை குக்கு பிடியன முதுகூகை கொத்து பறை கொட்ட களமிசி குக்கு குகு குக்கு குகு குகு குத்தி புதை குக்கு பிடியன முதுகூகை பொட்புற்றட நற்பற்ற உணரை வெட்டி பலியிட்டு உலகிரி குத்து பட ஒத்து புறபல பெருமாளே பொட்புற்றட நற்பற்ற உணரை வெட்டி பலியிட்டு உலகிரி குத்து பட ஒத்து புறபல பெருமாளே.
So that brings us to the end of this verse. So before we wrap, Any final questions, comments? Anything else we want to talk? Okay. If nothing else, we will end here. Tiruchitrambalam.